Hi there, my name is Dr. Jill Olausen. I'm a faculty member there at APU, but unfortunately I couldn't be there to welcome you in person today. So I did the next best thing. I created a little video for you to watch. What I wanted to review today was some of the writing resources available at APU. When you start in a new program in a new school, it can be really exciting, but it can also be a little anxiety from producing. We understand that you are adult learners, you have full-time jobs, and some have children, and others can be caretakers, and you're wearing many hats. So what we wanted to do was provide you with some resources to help you write. There's many reasons that we focus on writing in this program. The first I'd really say is about patient safety. There are many deaths caused by inadvertent medical errors. Some of these are due to poor communication and poor writing. If you look at the caption below, you see we have one sentence that says, "Let's eat grandma," and the other one, "Let's eat grandma." So it can really make a difference. One of these means that you're going to eat your grandmother. In addition, we want graduates of APU to be professionals. We want you to be able to go out into the healthcare setting and be able to communicate effectively and clearly. As a master's prepared nurse, you're going to take on new roles of leadership, and it'll be important for you to have some credibility and professionalism as you go forward and present your ideas. Professional organizations in nursing have also realized the importance of clearly communicating. There are the professional organizations, the QSEN, or the Quality and Safety Education for Nurses. They have graduate competencies. The American Association of Colleges of Nurses also have the Master's Essentials, which outlines the things that are important for master's prepared nurses to do in order to provide excellent care. Our master's program here at APU also includes this as one of their objectives. We understand that writing can be hard work. But now, today, with all this technology out there, there are really a lot of things that can help us write. So putting your ideas onto paper, synthesizing and organizing these ideas can be where you really focus your efforts, and not so much with grammar and how to correctly format references. Some of the resources we have include Google applications. When you sign up for APU, you are assigned a Gmail address, and also with this you get to use all the Google applications. So if you go to home.apu.edu, you will see this as your dashboard here, and you will be able to see all these Google apps down here on the right. There's Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Docs, Slides, and Hangouts. Go ahead and sign into your account and take a look at these now. We can pause the recording while you get into your account. One web browser that works really well with Google is Chrome. So if you want to use that as your browser, that would be great, and that's how I'm going to explain all these resources. So also, why don't you go ahead and go to google.com/Chrome, or you can click on the PowerPoint, and there's a hyperlink there for Chrome, and just download Chrome. You can see in this picture here all my Chrome extensions that I have here. They come up as little icons to the right of your browser. An extension is really kind of like an app on your iPhone. It's built right in there, and it's a little program that will work within your browser when you have it going. One of my favorite and probably my most used extension is Grammarly. So Grammarly is a free writing assistant, and when you're in the Chrome web browser, whatever web browser you have this extension installed on, whenever you're writing something, Grammarly will look at that writing for grammar mistakes and any kind of spelling mistakes. Then they will go ahead and underline it and suggest improvements. So this will work within an email. It will work within your Canvas learning management system. And especially for online students or students that are taking any online classes, we have a lot of discussion posting. So if you're typing right in that text box in your Canvas discussion assignment, you will notice that the Grammarly will correct any kind of errors you have. I think your professor will really appreciate that you have this extension. I realize that some of you might be old hat at using the web browsers and the internet and extensions, but I just want to make sure that I don't assume this and make sure that everybody's on the same page and has all these tools. I know the way I learn best is by application, so why don't we go ahead and try this? So go ahead and open up your Chrome browser. Feel free to pause this video at any time and somebody can come around and help you. But go to home.apu.edu and click on the email icon. Start typing a message to yourself. You can type a message to me and purposely make some mistakes in your grammar and spelling in that email. And see, now that you have this extension, this Grammarly extension, how it looks when you type up an error and how it can fix it for you. So I'm going to send an email to Heidi. She wanted to know how long I would need for this presentation. So first of all, you see that I am in the Chrome browser and I've gone to my email up here, which I have bookmarked that because I use it often, and I also have home.apu.edu up there, so I can just go ahead and click on those and scroll in between those tabs quite easily. So I will go ahead and typing an email to Heidi. So first of all, you can see right down here I have this little 6. So that is Grammarly telling me that within this message I have 6 errors. So I have Heidi, how is you? So Grammarly is saying, Jill, that is terrible grammar. It is supposed to be how are you? So I can just click on that or I can ignore it. I am quit. It's saying, hey, that's supposed to be quite. And good. It should be well, and I had that underlined, but it could be good too. I think that I need 45 minutes for my presentation. So it will correct all of that in there. So now you can see I have the G for go there. There's no more errors in the email, and I can go ahead and send it to Heidi. You can also see that in Canvas, in discussions, when I'm typing in a discussion here, Grammarly works here as well and will suggest some corrections for you. I think this is such a great resource, and it's a wonder that I can even spell anything anymore. I've started to do some crossword puzzles and play Scrabble just to keep up my spelling skills, because you really don't need them anymore. There's so many great tools out there to help you. Some of these resources we have built right into your Canvas course. So for our graduate program, we've developed a Canvas template for all our courses to go into. And so what will happen here is that you will see this week 0 or module 0, And this should be the same in every course that you take, whether it's online or face-to-face. So if you look at this library and writing resources, maybe if you have a Canvas course, you can go into that right now and see if that's in there. I've also put a hyperlink here, so you can click on that and go to a Canvas course. The website is, let me click on this, I think it's canvas.apu.edu. So some of these resources are there to help you with APA formatting. So APA is the American Psychology Association, otherwise known as APA, so AKA APA, and it is the style standard for the discipline of nursing. And style standard just means that these are the rules and regulations that we use when we are writing and communicating within our discipline. So the required textbook for this is the 6th edition. I'm not going to tell you that you don't need to buy this textbook, but I will tell you that there are some great resources out there, and I put those into our week 0 resources there. So if you follow this arrow, and if you're not in a Canvas course, when you are able to get into one, just go ahead and look there. There's APA template, APA style blog, which is a website where you can just type in your questions there. And there's also the Purdue OWL, or online writing lab. So lots of fabulous resources available there. One thing I wanted to show you was the APA template. So most of your professors are going to want you to use a Word doc when submitting any kind of writing assignment. So there's an APA paper template in here in the OWL site. So you can just go into this, and there's also one at APU Writing Center. So in this website, go to APA Formatting and Style Guides. They have the general format and some rules here. And then there's also this template for the paper on here. So it lists all of the questions that you might have, the APA sample paper there. And you can go ahead and download that as a PDF. And you'll also see, if you go to the Writing Center link here, that this is where you can sign up for some help with writing and make appointments, but there's also resources such as paper templates, and there's a course paper template there. So that will go ahead and download a Word doc that you can open up, and you can enable editing. You can save that onto your computer, and then you can start typing right within this shell here, this template. Not everybody has Microsoft Word, and we used to have hard and fast rules that you had to have it, but we do realize that there might be some issues and why people can't have that. Maybe their computer doesn't support it, or who knows why. But so there are some workarounds. So if you have Google, you have your Google Docs, and those are accessible, as you know, through this little tab here, Google Doc. So when you go into a Google Doc, this page will come up here, and you can see that there's some templates for you to choose from, and one of those is actually an APA report there. So you can click on that, and you can get the APA template for a Google Doc on this. So we just click on the Google Docs from the dashboard of home.apu.edu, and what comes up here are your different choices. And so this is the APA report here, and you can click on that and then start writing in here. You can change the name up here. Always good to use this writing format when you're saving it. And then you could just click on this button here and it will move it to your drive so that it is accessible through your drive. I won't go through a Google Drive use in this video, but as with anything, you can go into your Google browser and type in what is a Google Drive and how do I use it, and you'll find a million YouTubes to help you with that. The next latest and greatest technology that I wanted to show you was Zotero. Zotero can help you organize your research articles that you might find. So I used to use EndNote, but I was just introduced to Zotero and I really like it. Go into your week 0 resources and go to the Zotero website, download. It will suggest for you the things that you're supposed to download. Go ahead and download the Chrome extension and the actual software. So we can practice making a APA formatted paper. So hopefully you have your paper already open from before. If not, take a minute right now and go to Google Docs and get that APA template. You can also go ahead and open a Word doc. If you have downloaded Zotero, you will notice, let me just pull up a Word doc here. I have a couple of syllabi I'm working on here, but you'll notice here at the upper top, once you've downloaded Zotero, that it is right there in this bar up here. So go ahead and open either whatever you think you'll be using more frequently, hopefully a Word doc, but you can also open up an APA template Google Doc, or Google, I don't think they're called docs, yeah, Google Doc. Next, what I want you to do is go ahead into APU Libraries database and find an article. So if you click on the hyperlink in the slides that I've sent you, it'll take you right to the databases. And you can see up here that I've tagged this to my favorites or my bookmark bar because I use this frequently. So what I can do here is I can copy the title, copy, go into my databases. Or actually, let me try Article Finder since I have the name already. I can put in the journal title. Let's see what comes up. And for me, unfortunately, it didn't come up. So another thing that I do is I'll have PubMed, which I've accessed through the database up here. So I'll click on PubMed, paste it in the name of the article, and I can see that it's right here. So I have a PubMed ID. So I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go down to my Zotero. And there's a little wand here. I'm going through this quickly, but there are other videos that are can walk you through this a little bit quicker. I'll paste that in there and see if it can find it for me. So I already had it downloaded in my Zotero library, but here it is again. So what I can do now is add this to my template or my research paper. So I go into my Word doc and I've typed up here, so-and-so said the Pender's health promotion model provides a framework for weight loss. So that is the article here that said that. So I want to replace this so-and-so with the actual in-text citation. So I'm going to go to Zotero and add edit citation. And it asks me what kind of style standard I want. So I choose the APA 6th edition, press OK. And then I can type in the name of the author to search for the reference. So let me get this author's name here. Here it is. And I'm just going to copy that. Control C, and then I'm going to go into my paper. And I'm going to put the name in. Oops. Hold on a second. Control V. There we go. Paste in the author's name and press enter. And then it will search my library and show that I have that in there. So I will click on that, press enter, and it goes right into the paper there. So now what I'll need to do is put it in the reference part. So I'll add the bibliography. So insert a new bibliography. And it's already working on that, it's telling me. And then it goes ahead and it puts the APA reference for the article in there. Now you'll note here it's not perfect. The title of a journal article is not supposed to have all the words capitalized, only the first and proper nouns. So you just have to go back into your Zotero library and fix that there, or fix it here on your paper itself. So go ahead and play around with adding those references to Zotero and watching the videos at home on how to use Zotero. And we don't have time for you to go through and spend too much detail on the Zotero, but it really is a great resource that I wanted to point out to you. So all these resources can help you spend less time focusing on the APA formatting and the spelling and all the technical aspects of the paper, so you can really dive into producing some really thoughtful and robust content in your paper. I hope this has helped. I really want to welcome you again to APU in the Master's Program. Bye-bye and Merry Christmas.